Claire here.
And do.
So in this video today, we are going to be showing you how to make friendship bracelets. They're going to be like this. And this is one of our samples that we made. The ones that we are going to demonstrate today are not going to be quite as wide because it's a little bit more difficult to put these together the more strings you get, but you are more than welcome to add more once you practice with the shorter strings. So the supplies that you are going to need today is some embroidery floss, your choice of colors. You're going to need a pair of scissors, and you are going to need some tape. And what you want to do is you want to take your embroidery floss, and depending on what size bracelet you are making, if it's for you, if it's for a friend, if you're making an ankle bracelet, you're going to want to take more string than you think you're going to need. And that's okay if you end up with way too much. You can always cut the ends off. So what you're going to do is pick your first color, and I am going to double it. And then I'm going to leave the loop at the top, and I'm going to measure down, and I'm going to cut. And then I'm going to take my second color, if I can find the ends. And sometimes it gets all gobbledygook like that, and that is okay. All you need to do is just open it up, and you're just going to work through all the knots, because not everything works how we need it to. And then I am going to measure this against the strings that I already cut. And again, I'm going to double it. And it's important that you are taking two pieces, essentially, of each color and leaving the loop at the top. And then I'm going to cut that. Because this loop at the top, we are going to tie a knot at the top so that we can have a loop just like that. And that will enable us to either tie it onto our wrist as a bracelet, or you can hook it on a keychain if you want. So what you do is after you have your strings, you are going to come, I use my table. You can also use your leg. Just be careful what you are taping it to so that your mom does not get mad at you. You're going to take a piece of tape, and you're going to tape the loop down. Now, this is going to be backwards to you when you are seeing this, and I will try to explain it the best way I can. What you are going to do is decide the order that you want your colors. So I am going to do 2 of the red, and then I'm going to do 2 of the yellow. So I am separating all of my pieces out. I have 4 strings. It's going to be string A, B, C, and D. You're going to take string A and pick it up in your, if you are right-handed, pick it up in your right hand. If you are left-handed, you're going to do it backwards. Then you're going to pick up string B in your left hand. And then you are just going to tie 2 knots. And to do that, loop string A over the top of string B, come underneath and back up, hold string B tightly, pull A all the way up until it's tight. And then you're going to repeat that process. So loop, you're going to make a loop over the top of the string B, just like that. Pull it up and through, hold string B, and pull string A up. Set string B to the side, pick up string C. And again, you're still holding A in your right hand. You don't ever let that go. You're going to make the same kind of knot, go over the top, bring it under and back up, holding string C in your hand, left hand, and string A in your right hand. Make another knot, you cross them over, bring it underneath, pull it up, set string C aside, go to string D. Again, same thing with string A. You're going to make 2 knots. And you can see that sometimes it kind of starts to, all the strings start to move, and that's okay. So now string A, you drop down, and that just became string D. You go back to the beginning. This is now string A. You're going to pick it up, pick up the next string in your left hand, the first one in your right, and you're going to put it over the top, back under, and make 2 knots. And then drop that string, go to string C, again, over the top and under, and pull it up. And you'll notice that the string that I'm holding always in my left hand, I am holding it really tight, and it is not moving anywhere. It is stationary. The string that I hold in my right hand is the one that ties. So now I drop that string and I come back to the beginning. And you just repeat this process back and forth, tying knots until you have the length of bracelet or keychain that you would like. So we'll just do a couple more on here so that you can see how that works and we can get a couple of the colors. I'm coming back, I'm holding the first string, string A in my right hand, string B in my left hand, holding string B tight, using string A to make the knots. And hopefully you can see how this is starting to look. And it is a lot thinner than the sample one. The sample one, I used several different strings. I believe that it has 6 strings on it. Or actually it has 8, I think. And so the more strings you add, the wider it gets. You just have to be careful that as you're tying, that you're keeping track of which string is which, so as not to get confused. So that gives a good example of how it starts. And as you go down, like on my sample one here in the beginning that I showed, because it's a lot longer, and if I still have it taped up at the loop, it's not going to hold. So just take another piece of tape and you're going to tape further down, and then you could continue making your bracelet. When you go to put your bracelet on, and to finish your bracelet off, depending on what length you wanted, and you're going to put it on, you put it on your wrist, and sometimes you have to have a friend help you with this. So if you divide the strings in half for what you have, and you put half of them through the loop, it's a good thing Due's here to help. I'm glad I have a really good friend.
If your friend could put things through loops, that would be even better.
So you're just going to put the strings through the loop. Here, how about I tie it on you?
Oh, that would be even better.
Okay. Okay, so you take half of the strings on one side and half on the other, and then you're going to loop it through the loops. I think you need nails for it. That's what helps. And then all you do is you're going to tie it on however tight you want it. And you would do a double knot, which I'm not going to knot it because it'll be really awkward with her thing, but you'll just do a double knot, and then you cut off the extra strings that you have. And that is how you make a friendship bracelet. And again, you can add as many strings as you want. You can see I have 1, 2, 3, 4 different strings in here, which makes 8. This one that we did, we started with 2 loops, which gives you 4 strings. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and when we see you next year, hopefully all of us will have lots of friendship bracelets that we can share. Till next time.